Hey everyone, I thought I would switch it up a little bit and make this video in another room in the house. It was actually born out of necessity, kind of, because near the room where I usually make my videos, there's construction going on outside, so it's a little noisy over there. So let's see how we do here. That's a nice little change of pace. First album I'm going to show, this is a series, by the way, of different stuff, and there's all different artists here. Different genres, as I always say, and different decades, I guess. This is some albums and records, 45s, both, that I've acquired recently and haven't shown yet. This is a really interesting one. This is an album by Los Bravos called Black is Black, which is their hit single. And I really love that song, and I have it on a 45. The question, though, was it good enough to buy an entire album by these guys? And my record store has a turntable on the side with headphones where you can sample any record you're thinking of buying. So I did that, and I took the needle, dropped around, and I liked what I heard. This album was not cheap, but it was not expensive. It's one of those albums that, you know, I mean, it's in great shape. I'm a sucker for albums like this or this vintage that are in really good condition like this with the shrink wrap on them. And it's like, do you want to have a 12-inch single sitting around your house? That's what we do a lot, you know. There's a nice label there, Press Records. You know, we take a chance because we like one song, and sometimes you wind up with hundreds of 12-inch singles. But I liked what I heard just on a, you know, bouncing around kind of thing. So let's see how it sounds all together when I play it. Next one I want to show is a real good fortune. I really got lucky with this. I'm going to show you an old copy of this that I showed kind of recently, and then the new copy afterward. All right, here's the old copy. This was an album, the Rolling Stones, Around and Around, German import. I loved the cover of this. This was in my $1 bin. So I asked the guy, why is it only $1? And he said, because the record was warped. And when you play the record, it sounds fine, but, you know, your needle takes a little ride there on the wave, going up and down. But the record sounds good. I played the whole thing. But two things about this. The first thing is, in addition to it being warped, it's on Nova. It's a Decca repressing kind of thing on Nova Records, yellow and green. But what happened was, I made a real error, some of you may remember. I had one of those clear outer plastic sleeves with the resealable flap strip, and it was open on the table, and I took this and I put it down over the strip, and by the time I realized it and tried to pry it off, I had made a glue line here where you can still see a little of the white here, a white line that went down right here and peeled off Keith Richards' suit. But I was fortunate in that I was able to take a black marker, and I don't think you can really see the damage unless you really look close, just a little white up there. But the beautiful part is I just found that album again, this time in better shape than the first time. This one a little sturdier, the record is not warped, and I'm going to be careful. I learned from my mistakes. No more putting this down on a clear sleeve flap that's open with glue on it. And this is even better because this is a German album. It's got an inner sleeve which has some nice photos of other Rolling Stones albums there. And the label that it's on is preferable, I think, to that first one. It's Decca, red Decca. And so, I mean, very lucky to be able to find that. This is also a really good sleeve because it's got a lining in here. It's got clear plastic lining inside here, which is nice. So once in a while you get lucky, and this was one of those good fortune moments. Okay, next record up. Here's an Elton John album. This is, I believe, his first album, Elton John, right? It's in really good shape. Only $5 it cost. I got it because it was in such great shape. This gatefold. And I have it on the Uni label, which is hands down one of my very favorite labels. I just like this label. I like the color of it, the rainbow look. And it's in good shape. And to tell you, Elton John, again, it's one of those situations with an artist where I love Elton John's big hits of the 70s and everything he did when he was really hot, up until maybe the early 80s. And I don't know if greatest hits compilations are enough to suffice for me with Elton John. We're going to find out as I acquire some of his albums. Again, it's the whole mentality of, do you want to have a lot of 12-inch singles hanging around your house? Okay, Roy Orbison, Crying. This is a really nice condition copy of this album too. Here's the back cover. And also, I love this. This is in great shape too. It's on the Monument label. Most of the albums that are unusual or rare or hard to come by, my record store will clean them by the VPI machine. So before you even get a chance to see them, they're already clean, which is a good thing. Okay, here's one I took a chance with. This is an album called We Are the Imperials, featuring Little Anthony and the Imperials. Now, I love their song Tears on My Pillow. I have it on a 45. I'm sure I have it on various oldies compilation LPs. But do I need an entire album? This was only a few bucks, so it was worth trying out. Again, I don't know if I'm going to think most of it's just filler, or whether I like what I hear. I'll give a rundown eventually. It may take weeks, or it may take years before I get to all of these. Probably years. But we'll see. Okay, now here's one. Hits and Rarities, Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers. And again, we have a situation where I love the song Why Do Fools Fall in Love. I love I Want You to Be My Girl. Also love I'm Not a Juvenile Delinquent. Those are the three songs I think offhand I'm familiar with by Frankie Lyman. Now, whether I need an entire album, there's 20 songs on here. There are going to be 17 fillers? Don't know. Okay, something a little different. This is a UK soundtrack album to the 1979 science fiction film Alien. It's from one of my favorite films of that vintage science fiction, that period, and it's good to get a UK pressing. Okay, now let's go on to something different again. This is Culture Club, and I believe it's the first album. Recently I did a video response to an Adam Lee contest, favorite artists of the 80s, male artists, and you got Boy George and Culture Club here. At the time they were new, I thought they were kind of weird, but I got to admit I like a lot of the songs. So I was looking for this one, which I knew I'd be able to find in shrink wrap, because my store gets a lot of that period stuff in good shape. Still waiting for my Men at Work album. I'm just going to show, what do I have left here? I'm going to show 3 Beatles items. I usually save these for Beatles videos, but I only have 3, so. This is one that I got from Joe Robertson in a trade. Joe, if you're watching this, I sent your package out yesterday, I believe it was, or the day before. The day before yesterday. Hopefully you'll be getting it soon. It went out media mail, so. We made a trade. I like the cover of this. I've always seen this cover. The record's in pretty good shape. I really got this just to have a place in my Beatles collection, and a placeholder. This is a cover I just like. I like the look of this record. It's that simple. And it's got more Tony Sheridan stuff and some popular Beatles songs by other artists, People doing Please Please Me and From Me to You. The Swallows, actually. The group is the Swallows. Swallows do some other songs by the Beatles. Interesting. Okay, a couple more Beatles related. These are probably going to be repeated, by the way. I'm going to repeat a lot of these on my when I do my Beatles update, whenever that is. I got a mess here. Okay, this is 45, Ringo Starr, Bukus of Blues, and I really recommend the B-side to this. It's a song called Coochie Coochie. Sounds funny, but it's a nice little upbeat tempo song from Ringo. Here's Wings, Maybe I'm Amazed, and Soily is on the B-side. Soily, Soily. I still don't know what the hell that means. I gotta look it up. But anyway, this is a French 45. You know, I'm just realizing I think I had one more Beatles related 45 in here somewhere, and yes I do. Hold on. This is oh, you can't see it. Bangladesh. George Harrison. This is the Bangladesh. Not a very appealing photo. You know, the Bangladesh single from 1971, the picture sleeve. And this, I guess, counts as a Beatles item. My guy gave me this for nothing. I recently bought this. It's a 10-inch record, and he has a cover with no record in it that's in a lot better shape than the one I have. From Us to You, a Parlophone rehearsal session. And no record, but it's a good cover, good replacement cover. Really good quality, and mine has a sticker mark on here, so always look at upgrade. Okay, let's go. Here's an upgrade. This is picture sleeve only for She Bop, Cyndi Lauper. I love this song, and I love the picture sleeve. She looks good on this, cute. And it's a good, great shape, the sleeve. So I bought it, I just bought the sleeve. And I don't even have, this is a sleeve that was in great shape. I don't have the 45 for this. It's A Flock of Seagulls, Space Age Love Song. And again, this was in great shape, no single in it though. Here's an Elvis Presley picture sleeve that I needed. If I pull it out of the bag, it's Playing for Keeps and Too Much. I think Too Much is the A side, isn't it? Or am I mistaken? That's in pretty good shape. But I should say I have the 45 for this too. 45 came with it. I just took it out. Now, a lot of times in my record store, they let me have free 45s. Anytime I make a purchase, I can have a free 45. And they got this huge assortment of 45s. So I picked this for free. Now this was interesting. It said free bonus 7-inch. This is actually Lynn Anderson, country singer. Lynn Anderson had a big hit called Rose Garden. And Rose Garden was one of the first 45s I remember going shopping with my mom, and my mom bought that 45, and I have a special memory of that record from that. And I thought this was pretty good. This is an interview. It's got an interview with Lynn Anderson and snippets from some songs. So I thought this was an interesting curio, radio interview with some song snippets, and it was free. So, just dropped it. God. It was free, so you can't argue with that. One of my other free trips, I found this that I picked up. It's D.D. Sharp, Mashed Potato Time, 45. Here's a Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons picture sleeve of Ronnie. And I think, unless I missed everything, or I missed something, I should say. God, you need a script sometimes to speak properly, grammatically properly. People say, oh, you speak well in your videos. It's a pain in the ass, it really is. I mean, I don't think I do. But anyway, I mean, I know what's in here and what's not coming out right here. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. That's it. And, I got through. This is probably my third take of this. Cheers, folks.